What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy, and here's my movie review of Artemis Fowl, directed by Kenneth Branagh, the director of Cinderella, Thor, Hamlet, and other films. And this film stars Ferdia, Judi, Dench, Josh Gad, Colin, Farrell, and the rest of the other cast and crew. And in this film, Artemis Fowl is a 12-year-old genius and descendant of a long line of criminal masterminds. He soon finds himself in an epic battle against a race of powerful underground fairies who may be behind his father's disappearance. The trailers for this film just didn't do it for me. I mean, when I saw the trailer that came out last year or something, I was like, I don't know about this film. And I recently watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times, and it just still still didn't catch my interest. So I was like, no, it didn't do it for me. And I heard this thing was getting dropped on Disney Plus, so I was like, okay, I'll check this film out. So I checked this film out on it, and it's bad. This film is just so, oh God, this is a terrible film. I mean, there's so many things wrong with it. I was willing to give this movie a chance. Like I said, the trailer just didn't do it for me. And usually when it comes to Disney movies, I usually be surprised for examples. Yeah, then those came out like blew me away. And I was hoping this film would do the same thing, and it just doesn't. I mean, this is from what I heard, this is an adaptation of the book. So I never read the book, so pretty much the books are better than this movie. So like I said, I haven't read the books, and I don't know where to begin. I mean, I thought Coffee and Kareem, a film I watched this year and reviewed, was the worst film I've seen in 2020. Oh no, this one is the worst. I mean, Coffee and Kareem is a masterpiece compared to this film. I mean, this film, where do I begin with the negatives for this film? Starting off with the acting. The acting is bad, especially with our main character, Artemis Fowl, played by Ferdia, which from what I've looked up, the child actor, this is his first film appearance, like his first acting in the film, and it really kind of shows it. And I don't know what happened, because this acting was just so bad. I mean, usually child actors, I usually love to see good child actors, and I've seen good ones that have done good in films like E.T., Jurassic Park, but his acting in this movie was bad. I couldn't buy into him as the genius kid or whatever, and his acting and line delivery was just so bad. I mean, it was so painful to watch, and it really made me not even care for the character as I was watching the film, and it was just so painful. And I just don't have much to say for his character. It's just so bad. Colin Farrell as Artemis Fowl Sr., he's fine, but he's not given much to do in this film, and that's weird because Colin Farrell is a very fantastic actor. I mean, I just recently seen him in a film called The Gentleman that came out this year, and he was phenomenal in that film, so I recommend you checking that film out if you haven't seen it yet. I mean, what a great performance in that film. And here, he was not given much, and his character, you just didn't get anything full developed about him. You get a little bit in there in the film, a little bit what his character's about, but not a lot. And that was very disappointing for me, as I was watching the film. And Colin Farrell, like I said, very talented. What happened here with this character, I don't know. Oh boy. The story is just so uneventful. I mean, oh God. I mean, usually when I watch a Disney film, and I'm a big Disney fan, I always look for good stories. And that wasn't the case here. This film just didn't know where it wanted to go. I mean, there's the plot in this movie is where Artemis is trying to find his dad, because his dad got captured by this villain that has a hood over their head or something, who the villain named, I forgot who it was, and then has this thing telling Artemis that you have 3 days or something to find this Oculus thing, some little thing that looks like an acorn or whatever, and the fairies are involved with the story. It just wasn't cohesive at all, and it makes the film unwatchable. It just, things were going on in the film, and the progression in this film is just so bad from beginning, middle, and end. Like in the very beginning, when you're trying to get to like the know Artemis and the father to son father relationship and stuff, when it comes to like Colin Farrell and Ferdia Shaw in the same scene, I thought I was like, okay, maybe I'll see a father and son relationship, and the execution of that was just poorly done. I mean, I've seen a good father and son relationship done on films, especially in Disney. I mean, Simba and Mufasa, for examples, that was done very well. And this film, they just failed on that, and I was like, man, that would have been a win. That would have been like a win-win for me. I would have been invested in the story. If you just fleshed that out more, I would have been like, yes, that's what I wanted. But no, the film just goes quick, and that goes for like the first and second and third act. It seemed like everything was just like no development, just go quick. And that goes for like characters. They just fully never developed the characters at all in this film. And it was just so bad. Let me talk more about the characters. I mean, Josh Gad as the door thief. I don't mind Josh Gad playing the door thief at all in this film. I mean, I've seen Josh Gad play in other good films like Beauty and the Beast and other films he had played in and voicing Olaf. It just him as the dwarf character just didn't work for me. What I mean is he's the character that kind of narrates the movie. I mean, like the whole movie. And I love narrations of films. I mean, I've seen a lot from Disney or non-Disney films. If you can nail the narration and stuff in your films, that can work. I've seen great narration films before, but here it just doesn't work. And what I mean, it's just like Josh Gad uses a deep voice, like you were here from like Christian Bale from The Dark Knight. It just sounds like that. I mean, and that just didn't work for me in the film because it's because this is a Disney film, and his voice that was used as a narration just didn't work. It just felt like it was off. It felt like the tone of it was just off with the film, the way the film is done and the style. It just didn't fit, and I just couldn't buy into it at all. It got on my nerves throughout like the first 30 minutes of the film. I mean, I was just like, oh God, can this please stop? And it bothered me. If that wasn't enough, Judi Dench does that too. And I had that, yeah, like that. I was like, what the crap is going on? It was just so bad. It got on my nerves. And then the other villain, like I mentioned with the hood, that part got on my nerves too. There's so much that, then I was like, let me watch this film. Let me watch more of it. And it got worse after when I went to resume back, it got worse and worse as I kept watching it. And I couldn't believe it. It was just that bad. And I don't know what happened here. I mean, you have Kenneth Branagh, so this movie should work. And it just doesn't. Overall, this is the worst Disney film I've ever seen in my life. This is absolutely terrible. The acting by Ferdia Shaw, Colin Farrell, the Judi Dench, which I forgot to say, she's a great actress. This is a second film she doesn't do good in. I mean, the other film, I'm not going to talk about it. Josh Gad is bad here. Everybody just doesn't do a good job. The action in this movie is not well done here. It doesn't look good. There might be little positives in this film, but in the first 50 minutes of the film, I just just wasn't in it. And this film, like I said, it was just bad, and I went too long on it already. This is just not a good film, and if you've been on my channel for a while, you know how I grade films, and this film absolutely gets an F. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Artemis Fowl. Did you like it or not? Let me know. And if you haven't seen it yet, I do not recommend this film at all. Please do not check this film out. If any Disney film, if you have Disney Plus, check out the classic films like Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Zootopia. Any of those films, those films are better than this film. I recommend those. Please do not check this film out. It's not worth your time at all, even though you're not wasting your money in the movie theaters. But if you have Disney Plus, please do not check this film out. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, click subscribe and the bell button for more future content. That's why I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.